Hit record.
Good.
My name is Mr. C World, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Amiga Ice, and he's not 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing?
Hi, everybody. This is a Gamer Fridge production of Raw Review. We are back, episode, I believe, 14. Yes, 14. We are live on the internets. Coming at you, talking about the Raw after WrestleMania. This is actually the most exciting Raw all year. Everybody looks forward to WrestleMania and the night after.
Which is kind of confusing because you get really hyped, and then you forget to take notes, and you have to steal it off WWE.com. Then it's really confusing because the computer messes up on you, and then you're sad.
But we're here. We're going to do it. We know what we've seen, I think, in lots of thoughts, and digest this whole episode and give her a good, bad, happy, sad.
Ding.
But, so WrestleMania happened.
That was good.
And, I feel better now. I mean, a couple days when we recorded the whole WrestleMania, if you noticed, we changed the mic situation. We realized that his mic was a little too hot. Mr. Seawheel just can't handle a headset. But our voices kind of, we lost our voices.
They're back.
We're back. We're back. It was great. I mean, like I said, we're entertained. I get, what was it, 7.5 to 8. Great WrestleMania. Like we said, a lot of people were saying they loved the matches, didn't like some of the outcomes, but you can't win them. Take it or leave it. And then
Dean Ambrose, because that was just stupid.
Yeah, the Dean Ambrose thing again. Blech. But so the Raw afterwards, usually new people could show up. This is where people are. It's kind of weird because Raw is. No, WrestleMania is kind of like the Super Bowl where everything kind of concludes, and then it's like the next day it's like, okay, here's the next year. It's kind of like their reset for the year. And it always happens at WrestleMania. So it's kind of like you start over. It's like the fiscal year in like business. It's like in June or July or something like that. I don't know when it is actually, but it's not in the beginning of the year. So this is wrestling's fiscal year right here. This is where everything happens. This is where they make their most money. This is where everybody's actually paying attention to wrestling, even if they don't watch it. Last year that was the only thing I was interested in because Sting was in it. I mean, I wasn't watching wrestling last year, and I still haven't watched last year's WrestleMania all the way through. But this is the Raw that they need to really pull out all the stops.
Yeah. Something weird that's been going on for the past this year and last. Some of my favorite guys have been debuting on the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's usually when they do it. Yeah.
A.K.A. Neville debuted last year at the Raw after WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. And tonight, Baron Corbin did the same.
But actually,
how you doing?
Baron Corbin, no, I think he did debut WrestleMania. I would say
it's his Raw debut, and
it's his Raw debut, definitely.
And
but I think
the only one that really mattered. So
I think no. There's two guys that mattered way more.
Oh yeah, wait, that was awesome. Never mind, my bad. I forgot about them for a second because they're a tag team and
not. So we'll get right into it. The first.
Yeah. Wow. Drop my glasses. Okay.
The first match. Actually, how did this? Oh, first thing that starts off.
No chance. Mr. McMahon
comes out,
and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
No, he didn't.
But like the crowd was singing his theme song. It was kind of awesome. And he was like, "Hey, WrestleMania guys, wasn't that awesome? Didn't I do such a good job? Yeah. And then here comes the money. And then Shane McMahon came out.
No, did he talk about his son a little bit? Did he talk?
Oh, yeah. He was, okay, you talk, because I'm just going to ramble.
I think he talked about the match and how Undertaker did his job and there was no way, Shane McMahon was going to win, blah, blah, blah. And then out comes Shane McMahon. And no. He said, first thing he did, he said, got to me a little bit, when Shane jumped off that. I mean, he actually started to show emotion. He's like, yeah, that really is my son. He's not disowning him. So it was.
I was kind of scared.
Like I said, somebody suggested when we did the WrestleMania one that he should have been out there during that match. I think that would have added a lot to it. But this kind of helped that he kind of acknowledged that Shane McMahon is crazy.
Yeah.
And he's willing, and he goes, I did not realize how far he was going to go for this company, and that he really cares that much that he's willing to do that kind of spot.
Honestly, that's all real.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have to do any of that.
Yeah, that was all him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the backstory. I don't have access to.
Neither do I, but there's no way they would actually make him do that.
Yeah, and it's got to be up to him totally to be doing that kind of thing. So he's like, and then Shane comes out and he just says, I want to shake your hand, man to man. You won. And then he's just said to the crowd, thank you. And that's pretty much all he was going to say. And then
wait. I want to talk about this for a second. Okay. So, Shane comes out and
I just said all that.
Okay. Shush. So he comes out. I was kind of like, how awesome of a moment would have. Okay, I know he's like hurt and crap, right? Obviously, there's no way to not be hurt after that.
Yeah, he looked pretty beat up.
But what if he just came out and did his little shuffle thing?
No.
I don't. Just imagine how much of a pop that would get, though.
He got enough. I don't know.
I know.
I don't think it would have been appropriate.
I think it would.
No,
it's just like, hey guys, I'm cool.
No,
how you doing? No, it would have been cool.
I think you gotta sell it. Like, he jumped off a freaking. He's the only person ever to jump off that big of a cage onto a table. To take that big of a hit, I don't know.
It would have been a cool moment if he just did that and been like, screw you, I'm fine. Yeah.
No, I don't. I disagree. But anyway.
I'm just saying it would have been cool.
Okay, so he comes
out.
But
it didn't happen, so. He
comes out, and then he goes, hold on. You're not going to upstage me. No, nobody upstages me. Fine. Run Raw. Go.
Take Raw.
Go ahead and see what you can do. And I was like, what was the point of this whole match? If you're going to just let him do it. I'm not that I'm mad. See, everything happened. See, it made it so the match didn't really matter, but it made me not care that it didn't matter because it was a great match. Undertaker didn't lose at WrestleMania again, and Shane McMahon gets to run Raw for at least one night. And everybody, I was saying, I was like, give him SmackDown. Let's do the brand split. Everybody's talking about the brand split, which I'm totally for. I don't know why people are hating. They're saying we don't have enough people. I think more talent would come in if they had a brand split. Anyway, but he goes, go ahead. Boom. Okay.
That was my nose.
And I hit Mr. SeaWorld's nose. But I was like, okay, cool. So let's see what happens.
Shane.
And so everything, supposedly, they came back to him a couple of times, but I didn't really get the feeling that he was running it too much. I mean, they had maybe 3 cutscenes where he's talking to people. I think he should have did more like a Teddy Long thing. All right, player. You remember how he used to come out? He came out and was like, hold on, but we're changing this up. If he would have came out and like changed things up a little bit, and things were going.
What if it was just like a dumb, like, I don't know. Let's find a dumb match. Here. Apollo Crews versus
Tyler
Breeze.
Breeze.
You would come out and been like, hola, player. Except not actually like that because he's not Teddy Long.
Yeah, I got the Teddy Long in your head.
Yeah. Is like, yo, this match. No offense to Tyler Breeze, but I think Apollo Crews deserves a better opponent for his debut match.
I know one. I can think of one.
Who?
You go first.
I was just gonna go Dong because that's the only like.
No. Somebody
I just got Undertaker on the brain. It's
No.
One actually be Undertaker.
Ryback.
Ooh.
Do something with Ryback.
Ooh. Oh no! Make him say like, I think he needs a bigger opponent for his debut match.
Feed me more. I think a feud between those two would be good.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
And then maybe like give.
book me. Let me book you stuff, man. Come on.
Then like give Tyler Breeze a match against Charlotte.
What?
I don't know. I'm looking at the names on the card.
No, Tyler Breeze. I don't know what to do with him.
Something good, please.
You know, watching like Swerved and watching some of these guys who are not as getting in a push and seeing them backstage, and it just makes me like them more.
I know, right?
I mean, if anything, the WWE Network gets you a more personal side of the wrestlers in their everyday life and their sense of humor, and I actually like that stuff. And so it makes me like Dissension or Ascension. Watching some of the pranks they got pulled on and seeing how big those guys are. Like I was telling you, what is it? Slater. I didn't realize how big Slater actually is. He's a big dude, but compared to everybody else, he's small. But in like a normal world, he's a big dude. He went up after some guy and he almost beat the crap out of him. And I was like, dang, Slater's pretty big compared to like normal people. I'm like, and they don't look. I mean, it just tells you how big these guys are in the wrestling business. These guys are huge. Holy cow! Yeah. TV does not do these guys justice. I tell you, because they all look the same because they're all the same size. But when they compare them to real people, they're pretty big. Anyway, getting off track. So that's how it starts. Shane's got control of the show, and we're a go. So
awesome.
So
I was all hyped. I was prepped. I was ready.
I was like, okay, cool. Yes.
Shane, you got this.
Plus, up, positive. We started off raw good. Next thing that happens.
All right. WWE Tag Team Championship match
with
the New Day, obviously.
So this was actually for the belt now.
Yes, and it is
not like it was going to be on WrestleMania. They did it the night after. Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
I don't even know why you would want to defend it at WrestleMania. What would make that plausible in the slightest?
I don't know, like millions of people pay to watch it.
Oh, man, no. No. Lies.
But, and I was like, really? This again?
And I kind of zoned out for this match, but what I saw was a pretty good match.
I'm trying to think of what New Day did. Okay, remember? Yes, the last one I said they had the little horn at WrestleMania. No, it was actually on Raw. They had the little horn. So
what happened to Francesca?
She had to rest. She was tired from WrestleMania. She had to rest. So yeah, this one they had the little horn. I forget other antics they did. Was it any? It was fun. Oh, they came out with the last piece of Bootio cereal.
Oh yeah.
From WrestleMania, they had the last piece. They said it was magical. They said it was magical because I think I forget one of them was on the ground and they were like, "It's magical, and it'll give you powers."
And then they sang Lion King and it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, they were doing this. It was great. Like I said, those guys entertain me to no end.
They're amazing people. And then Sheamus, King Barrett, they come out.
It was Barrett and who was it? Barrett and Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny they still try to call him King Barrett.
Yeah.
And then they lose the new League of Nations.
League of Legends, yes.
Legends.
It's an MMO.
Yes, I know. They lose. They don't win the belt, and they said, "You know what our problem is? We are only as strong as our weakest link." And I'm like, they're gonna kick out Barrett.
No, I was
Seen it coming a mile away.
No.
As you know, we know a little bit of the backstory that Barrett's leaving. He's not renewing his contract, so they had this is a graceful exit. So I mean,
either this is resulting for a singles push for Barrett.
No, it's his exit strategy. They
They
gotta have an exit. If they have a good exit strategy, then he can come back. If he comes back, if he goes out right,
he's leaving in June.
right. I mean,
He's got plenty of time to do things. Probably job. Please don't job. But I like Barrett too much for this.
He's not going. He doesn't want to be here. So he just maybe he just wants
Because
to,
he's not being used right.
or he needs some rest or whatever. I mean,
no, he wants to leave WWE.
right? Yeah, because of probably a lot of people don't like the work schedule of WWE. They work a lot. They work 5 days a week.
It makes me so sad though, because Barrett is such a good performer.
I liked him in Nexus, and that was about it.
That's why I stopped. Well, I hated him in Nexus, but that was only because I still thought wrestling was real. Well,
What is?
well,
Shane O'Mac did jump off that cage.
yeah,
that was real. There's no faking
It
it.
was pretty real. But like, I thought, like, it's
Did,
all.
Did you see that? Batista just did a flip.
That's Santino.
Oh, it looks like Santino.
What the heck? How did he do that?
I don't know.
I've never seen him do that in my life. Anyways, but yeah, it saddened me to see him like leave. I don't want him to leave. I'm really sad about this because King Barrett is honestly one of my favorite wrestlers, and he's got a lot of time ahead of him. He's in his prime right now, and it's really sad to see. He shouldn't be.
There's always
like
TNA.
this. No, not for long. Not for long.
There will always be some other place to wrestle.
Yeah, but not one that we watch
Ring of Honor.
regularly.
Ring of Honor could get bigger. Anyway, let's move on. So he's leaving.
You forgot the thing that happened after the match.
They kicked him out.
That kind of softened the blow of King Barrett, but not really. The Wyatts came out.
Oh yeah, and they just like appeared like Taker used to and just beat him up.
Oh, don't even
So is it
say like take.
No, that's exactly how Taker used to do it.
Eh,
They would go boom, lights would go dark, and then he would show up. He used to do it all the time.
That's their thing now.
I'm just saying, it's like Taker
Whatever.
used to do.
Whatever.
That's all I'm saying. Taker, it's old. It's been done before. It just used to go boom, and then
But now they got little images like.
wow, it's so much different than.
Yes, it is. It's very different.
Taker, they're hiding under the ring for that long, and that happens. That's why they are. They're under the ring.
Huh.
Anyway, yeah, that happened, and so it looks like it's gonna be a feud between League of Nations and Wyatt's. So I'm happy for that. That's a good push for both of them.
I'm just happy
Because
that the Wyatts stood tall at the end of this and weren't like.
Yeah, they didn't
back in
jab
the
out.
ring. That's good.
So maybe Vince is listening. Don't jab out the Wyatt so
Or
much.
Shane.
Or Shane. Oh
was
yeah,
wrestling.
Shane's listening. That's what's
Yeah.
happening. Yeah.
I wonder if Shane actually had some control over this Raw.
I doubt it.
I wonder if he
Everything was
actually
pre-planned. They've had this Raw planned, guaranteed.
But I wonder if he had some control in like the booking of it and whatnot.
Who knows? All right, next.
Have they purposely been making bad Raws to put Shane over?
No, that'd be just stupid. Next.
But WWE is
Next.
stupid. Sometimes. Not all the time. A lot of the
Sasha
time
Banks defeats Summer Rae.
Summer Rae got to talk. That's the most notable thing about this match. Wait, did anything happen?
Pretty much nothing.
afterwards, I feel like something might have happened.
After what? No, nothing. Keep going.
Yeah, no, it's just,
So
Summer Rae dropped out.
then, the first surprise of the night for
Which was kinda
new people.
Killed.
You can keep.
I like these little PowerPoint note things.
You can click on it and it will bring you right to it.
Okay. Technology.
We love technology.
So, before, when Raw cut the commercial, it said, Apollo Crews is scheduled to fight next.
Now I'm getting really irritated with Raw announcing this stuff before it happens. There's no reason to announce it.
And if
unless like here, let's ruin a surprise.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's ruin a pop.
Like, yeah.
I mean, okay, granted, the people in the audience, unless they put it up on the big screen, they won't know because they don't hear the announcers. But why tell us? We don't need to know.
Yeah.
You surprise us. That's why I want to watch this stuff. I want to be surprised. I want to be emotionally charged.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm really getting sick of them
saying, "Hey,
I like going
Apollo Crews coming up next."
Part of the fun is like, I wonder if this person's going to show up today or this person's going to show up. I mean, especially this one. This is. They didn't do it for the big one that we wanted, and so I didn't know who Apollo Crews is. All I'm thinking of is the boxing thing, Apollo Creed. So they announce it, and then he comes out and he defeats Tyler Breeze quite easily
because he's Tyler Breeze. Why not? Okay, this is the problem I have. I don't like that either. But why are you giving these new guys jobber matches? That is not impressive. That's just, oh, hey. Why not give them, like, a cool intro? Like, Neville. Okay. Not just because I love Neville, but his debut was awesome.
Who did he debut against?
Seth Rollins, when he was the champion.
Yeah, see, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and he debuted, and he lost. He lost the match, but that's okay because he put up, like, an amazing fight. And Seth
where he wasn't buried. He was. There's like no way he's gonna beat the champion coming out.
And Seth Rollins won in a cowardly way, or like not cowardly. He like caught
not
him.
Cleanly.
Yeah, well,
he didn't learn
kind of clean.
Okay, but that's how they.
No, I think he was. I don't remember how it happened, but it didn't make Neville look bad, and that's the point. Why not give these new guys some sort of
challenge,
big opening? You know,
that we're like, because when AJ Styles came out, he got Jericho.
Yeah, or Royal Rumble, but yeah, he was in the Royal Rumble.
Well, I mean, when he got his Raw debut.
Yeah, and that's.
Yeah, so
that worked.
Yeah, he lost, but it didn't. See, that was the same thing.
Bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad because it was a rubber match.
Really good match. It was, and then you get guys like Apollo Crews coming in and he's just winning, or like Tyler Breeze when he debuted. It's ironic because he's like a jobber now, but when he debuted, he like beat a jobber and everyone was like, "Oh, okay, Tyler Breeze, hi,
right,
good to see you." Or Kevin Owens. That's like the best example. He beat John Cena.
Well, he came out and started feuding with him like almost immediately.
Yeah, and like he didn't. His first match was actually in a pay-per-view.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it was against John Cena, and he won.
Right. So they gave. Well, that was for the American. That was for the U.S. Championship, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. And then no, was it?
Yeah. He had the U.S. He had the championship challenge. Remember?
Oh yeah. And then it was like.
Yeah, I was kind of watching it back then. Thinking. Yeah. So he came out. First time I seen him, Apollo Crews. I was impressed. I like his finisher. I like how he like kind of like picks him up and kind of twirls him around and drops him. It's kind of like he's tossing pizza dough. He's like, doop, pop.
It is now called cruise control, coined by JBL.
I like that. That was good.
Like it doesn't have an official name, but now it's called cruise control.
They even like, yeah, I like that cruise control. Okay, moving on. That happened. World Heavyweight Championship.
it was
Roman Reigns,
upsetting.
welcome to all comers. Okay, so this is what everybody's been arguing and crying and peeing their pants about. They hate Roman Reigns. They hate that he won him. They won clean. Are they going to turn him? I think they should turn him heel. Blah blah blah. I think what they did was perfect. Perfection. How they handled the crowd booing him. How he handled the whole situation. It was perfect. I mean, because it didn't quite turn him heel, but it turned him into this. He doesn't care, and that's exactly the attitude he should have. He comes out, everybody boos him, everybody's booing, and he's just eating it up. He's just soaking it in, because if anybody knows, any reaction is good for a wrestler. So good or bad, if they're not
no such thing as bad publicity.
No, there's no such thing as a bad reaction in wrestling. They either like you or hate you. They got to do one, but except if you're Cena. So he goes, "Come on, guys, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy." And I was like, "Bam, sweet, boom, perfect. Everybody can just shut up now, because he's not trying to be a face. He's not trying to be a heel. He's just trying to be." Him, you like him, you hate him, take him. He's the man. Try to beat him, and then he calls out everybody. Anybody want this? Come get some, and that's it. And that's perfect. That's the attitude he should have. I think they're gonna keep Ambrose and him away. I'm guessing they're gonna keep those two away from each other right now, because Ambrose has got, unless people start booing him.
There's no way they're gonna start booing Ambrose.
I think they should just keep them separate, and there still can be buddy. They can, they say, "Hey, what's up?" But they don't have to come out and run out and help each other right now. I think this is gonna help Roman. I think this is gonna shut people up. We'll see tomorrow on Raw how they. Depends on what they do with it,
if it doesn't shut people up, it still works.
Yeah, because if people are talking, I hate him, good, hate him. I like him. I still like him. I like what they doing here.
What are they gonna do with Ambrose?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Ambrose wasn't even on Monday Night Raw, to give you an idea what's going on. So
that's so sad, though.
Okay.
Then back to Roman. I'm sorry.
I was happy about it. I don't know how you felt about it, but I thought it was perfect.
I think it was handled well. I think the setup, the way they set it up,
it wasn't a forced heel turn. That's what I love, because everybody's like, do it. He's just like, you know what? I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. So deal with it. And it's perfect. That's kind of what Vince McMahon did on the Toronto Screwjob. Or is it Montreal? Montreal Screwjob. People were mad at him. Really mad for screwing over Brett. And he goes, I didn't screw Brett. Brett screwed Brett. And then he took all that anger towards him and he just soaked it in. So, I mean, I just think Roman has a good heat on him, and the crowd's going to decide whether they like him or hate him now. And I just feel if they flow with that, whatever the crowd's saying, I think they have no reason to complain about this.
But they are. It's still going to
Of course they're going to, but their argument has no validation to it then.
The only thing I had a problem with was Roman's execution on it. Like, the setup was great and everything. I just felt he felt stale. Was that just me? No, he just sounded like, I just have to say these lines.
No, I genuinely felt that was the perfect way to handle it. Because after that, everybody just kept coming in and interrupting. How that got confusing. Like, everybody was coming in. Like, I'm like, okay, is he gonna feud? I forget who the first one that came out.
Y2J.
Yeah, Chris Jericho, and he came out.
I was confused. I was just like, all right, who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be like is Dean Ambrose gonna come out? That would be awesome.
Yeah, and then
Brock Lesnar maybe start that again. Seth Rollins could come back. Randy Orton.
So
who is it gonna be? Chris Jericho? What?
Yeah, so it's Chris Jericho. Then it was AJ Styles. Sami Zayn, and then KO. So it was the two good feuds going on right now. All four of them are gunning for the belt, and so all four came out and they were like, okay, this is where Shane stepped in and act like he was doing something for the Raw. Say there's gonna be a
Fatal four-way.
Fatal four-way for the number one contenders. I'm like, cool, and it I forget who won.
We will talk about that later.
Oh, okay. And so I'm like, yeah, and because these guys are so mad at each other, they're just going to be distracted, which happened on partially. So anyway, we move on to the next thing, which was...
Side note, while we're on the topic of, like, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared right now for Dean Ambrose, because
Was Brock there either? No, Brock?
Nope.
No, that's right.
And side note, Brock Lesnar didn't need that. Obviously, he's not even on Raw or SmackDown. Anyways, so Dean Ambrose, he lost at WrestleMania, and he wasn't on Raw. Dean Ambrose is on SmackDown now. He's hanging out on SmackDown.
Was he?
Yeah, he was on SmackDown, and he
I'm not
beat
scared
Tyler
of that.
Breeze.
I'm not scared of
I'm
that.
scared. I don't want him to I want him to do something good and win a good match and have like a good feud that he can win.
Yeah,
once.
I agree.
And I don't want this Brock Lesnar thing to be like, we don't know what to do with Dean anymore. And
He's hot, but they don't know what to do with him.
Here's what to do. Let him beat Brock Lesnar.
Let him feud somebody else. Seriously, Brock Lesnar's... I think that he was just there for for Brock to squash.
That was sad. Let him beat someone above him.
Okay. All right. Anyway, moving on.
Depressing.
What was it?
We are on Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. So this was Baron's Raw debut.
Yeah, and he came out and he's got like the Andre the Giant trophy behind him. Vince Russo, good job on that booking, by the way. If you ever seem to come across this, yes, he should have smashed that trophy. Anyways.
Yeah, Vince Russo said he should have smashed it and said, I don't need this trophy.
I'm Baron Corbin. I don't need this. I'm awesome. But, yeah. But it's still... What? Oh. But still, Baron Corbin came out and he's awesome either way. So, yeah, so he came out and he did a little promo thing that felt... Is it just me or is everyone just kind of stale today?
That one was a little stale, I believe. I agree with you. I forget what he said. He's like, this is all that matters. He actually said that the trophy was all that matters. That's all you need to know about him. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And anyone who crossed my path, it will be the end of days for them. Okay. Because that's his finish.
So he went against Ziggler, which I thought was that one was a better choice than what Cruz got.
Yeah.
Because Ziggler, I'm thinking Ziggler is not top tier, but I think he's the top of the mid.
Yeah.
I think he's on borderline. I really think if they give him a better push, he would shine. I mean, I like him. I really like Ziggler.
Everyone loves Ziggler.
So, yeah, I thought that was a good match, and it ended up in a double countout, which was perfect. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Because they're fighting each other. Perfect. Great way to set it up. And you know what? I'll say something about that trophy. I think that trophy means more now. Legitimate people have won it. Now we have Cesaro, Big Show, and now Baron Corbin. I think that is getting to be a desired trophy to win. We're getting some.
Might have been what. I have a strange feeling that once they win it, they actually have to they get to keep it. But that
no, they don't. They put their names on it. They have little. They're already shown it. They have little plates they put on the trophy, so their names. They might have it for it's a prop, really. But I like the trophy idea. I think it gives it some weight that these people, these guys have won it, and it's not just a throwaway match anymore. that match was really good.
Yeah.
That match at WrestleMania, I wanted that, for me, one of the most exciting matches on there. It was a really good match. I mean, because you got all the Hollywood people in it.
None of which won it, so you don't have to complain.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was a fun match. Then we move on.
Oh wait, you forgot when Baron Corbin was out of the ring and he was like double count. I was like, what? What are you talking about? This is on you. And then he grabs Dolph and does the end of days on him outside the.
He was yelling at the ref like he was gonna kill the ref. What are you doing? I'm like, dang, let the ref alone. Like he knew the ref personally. Like, I'm gonna kill your family.
He's like, this is on you.
I'm like, what? The ref was like, sorry, dude, you were out there too long.
Tell me the end of days isn't an awesome move.
Tell
me that isn't an awesome move.
I don't.
He grabs him, and then they like fly in the air. Then he pulls back, and it hits the floor, and it looks amazing.
Okay, if you say so.
I love that move. Anyways, and then, this happens. That happens.
Okay. So this is what I was afraid was gonna happen. Everybody was afraid this was gonna happen, and it happened, and it sucks. And I had hope that they were gonna do something good at SmackDown, and of course they didn't. So this is my most disappointing part of this Raw. I think it's just really it was Miz and Zack Ryder for some reason decides to defend his title the next day because Miz said he cheated him out of the title. And he lost. I was mad. I knew it was gonna happen. Everybody was like, they're gonna do this to Zack. They're gonna screw him over. Granted, Zack got a payday. He had a great feel good story. He got to he told him how when he was younger, Razor Ramon let him hold his Intercontinental Championship, and he took a picture with him, and then he went and gave him his championship later, and they took a picture together. Feel good story. I mean, really, you couldn't ask for a better story, and they just give it to the Miz. I know you like the Miz, but come on now. If anybody who hasn't got a push, like you said, this was going to be a good feud. I would say yes if they would have did the rematch at a pay-per-view, they still could, but they burnt the rematch on SmackDown. So I just don't. Why would you screw Zack that bad? I mean, at least give him a week. Give him something. Give him. Give him at least 1 week of having the championship. I mean, is that too hard? Did you really have to steal it from him and give it to the Miz, he's had the WWE championship? I just don't like this. I don't know what. It didn't go anywhere. They've already done the rematch. It seems done now, and Zack's screwed, and he's probably going to disappear again. So I just boo. And if that was Shane O'Mac's idea, screw you, Shane. Screw you.
Okay, so here's my take on this. So The Miz. Let's talk about him. Let's not actually. It was Maurice that got The Miz the win, by the way. Maurice came back. Zack Ryder. I don't know where to start, really. He won the championship at WrestleMania, lost it to The Miz. I thought that was dumb. But I was okay with it. Because I was like, I saw, the feud that could happen. I was like, all right, I can see this happening. I'm sad that Zack lost, but you know what? Whatever. The Miz versus, they've shown that they can put on a good feud. They can go back and forth on the mic, and it's awesome.
Right.
And whatnot. And then SmackDown happened, and he lost. And I'm like, now, It's dumb that he lost. Yes, but it's not over. It is not over. Don't even think for a second that it's over, because it's not over. Okay, rematch clauses aren't the only thing that cause rematches to happen. It's obvious. I can already see this. It's like perfectly set up for another rematch.
I hope so, but
it's obviously he's getting screwed out of matches by Maurice. He's going to get mad about that, and then he's going to go up to the Miz, and he's going to win. He's going to be like, "Yo, man, you keep screwing me out of my title," and then it's going to keep on going, and it's going to go to Payback. It's not over. It's not over. No, you can say what you want. You can say it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. You can say whatever crap you want, but it's not over. It's not.
I hope you are right.
There's no way this is over, and if it is,
then it sucks.
Yes, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay, I hope you're right. I really do, but it just doesn't. I just don't trust Vince right now.
I don't trust Vince with a lot of things, but Zack Ryder.
It would be a good feud if they could keep it going. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow on Raw.
It would be another good moment though if he won.
Yeah,
at Payback, and if he what if he keeps getting rematch after rematch, and he just keeps getting screwed over? You would get mad at Miz, right?
Yeah.
And then Payback comes, he almost gets screwed over, and then he wins.
Mm-hmm. I just don't, like I said, I just don't trust Vince to do it good. But we'll see. I mean, Daniel Bryan did eventually win the belts. So, all right, next.
Zack Ryder was like pre-Daniel Bryan.
He was. All right, next.
Charlotte, formerly presented with the WWE Women's Championship.
Okay, I'll say this about that segment. It was awkward.
It was.
Because at first she's trying to do something serious,
uh-huh.
and the crowd isn't letting her do something. Somebody said they should have done this backstage, which I agree. She was getting flustered. She got distracted. She was trying to do like something. This is how she was trying to pull it off: is say something serious and say, "This is a great moment for wrestling and women's wrestling at the WWE. This is a sea change. This is a shift in thinking." And then she was supposed to quick turn, and I won it, so suck it. And so that's kind of, but the crowd was messing with her bad, and they were like chanting weird things, and then they were booing her and stuff. But
they got her to like try and think of song lyrics at one point. I think it was Bailey's song lyrics.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Is that the words?" And then they started saying women's wrestling or something, and then they're like, "Oh, okay," and because she was just about to do the turn where she's getting all snotty, and she did, and then they like started going chanting, "Yay!" and then she was like, "Okay," and then she said her line where she was supposed to. I think it just flustered her, and I the crowd was hard. I blame the crowd more than anything that she wasn't able to finish what she was supposed to do, but
she wasn't used to like wild crowds,
right? Like I said before, I called this. I'm like, stop calling them divas. That's a dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden they just switch it. So I mean, I'm glad they're doing that.
I was okay with it because I was just like, well, that's just a thing to call girls as it's like superstars, but it's divas. And I was like, I don't see a reason to change it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of but then I realized, wait, they can just call them superstars.
Yeah, they're calling superstars.
I was wrong.
Yeah, and a diva usually means like a rich, snobby.
Which, fun fact, was most of the old divas. I mean, no offense to like the good ones, but like,
right. They lose wrestlers in the women's sector. I mean, if you look at go back and look at the women's wrestlers, and hardly any of them are there now. I was watching Swerved, and none of those girls in that show are wrestling anymore. except for one. Maybe one I noticed. Well, maybe two. But I was like, who's that girl? I don't know who she is. But anyway, so I'm like I said, I don't care about the women's wrestling, but I'm glad they're taking themselves a little serious. Then maybe people start caring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want us to care, you gotta care, kind of a thing.
Well, there's
because I heard NXT is a lot different.
Yeah, they get a lot. They started. They didn't call them divas at all. There was never a point where they called them WW or NXT divas. They were always women.
Yeah, they don't have a divas NXT divas belt.
They have a women's championship.
So I think this is where I give Triple H props because that's his baby.
Yeah,
I think Triple H is good for wrestling. I mean, he's not the authority. The authority thing is not them. It's Vince. It's Vince steering them. So his baby is NXT. And
I was looking at his Instagram, like, and I was just like, la 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 la, and I saw him, and it's like it had like a collage of all the NXT stars that debuted, like on Raw and SmackDown and WrestleMania. I was like, so proud of my WWE or my NXT superstars debuting. # we are NXT. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's his own. It's cool that he's allowed to do that, and I'm good on Vince for letting a Triple H just kind of do his thing.
Yeah.
So after that,
my only problem. Okay, so after the segment, Natalya was like, "Hey, Charlotte, yo, family, bloodlines. I'm Hart, you're Flair, la la la," and
it just goes back to relying on the guys.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's, and I was just sitting there, I'm like, but you're not Bayley though, and that's my only real problem with this segment is that it wasn't Bayley. I tell you this every single time. The now former NXT Women's Champion, and now it's Asuka. But she's like the fourth 4 horsewoman, and she's really good, and she's the hugger. She hugs people. That's her thing, and she's awesome. And I mean, she's the one that beat Tommy Dreamer up with a kendo stick in that commercial.
Oh, okay, her.
Yes.
Okay. Like I said, don't pay attention to him.
I can't teach this guy.
I won't pay attention. It's just not gonna happen. Anyway. So we move on. That happened. It was weird.
Then the match that should have happened at
so they
WrestleMania.
They pulled a fast one on us here. They redid another WrestleMania match. The Dudleys against the Usos. Like nobody wanted to see that.
Except now it's a tables match, which it should have been.
Yeah, it was an actual tables match, and
you're just looking at the picture, aren't you?
No, I'm trying to figure out who won. So the Dudleys won.
The Usos missed it, and they flew through the tables.
They threw themselves through the tables.
Then the bell rung, and then
yeah.
And then
they messed that up.
You don't ring the bell now. You don't ring. Then the Devon grabbed like Jimmy and he threw him through a table. And now you ring the bell. We won.
I think that was a save. I think that was a save because the ref called it early. Because they ran into the table, but you gotta be put through a table. You don't just because you go through a table, you have to be put through the table. So yeah, and Devon or Bubba, was it Bubba? Bubba threw him through it. No, Devon did. You're right. Threw him through like a corner table that was set up in the corner. Then he's like, "No, you ring the bell." And then the announcers kind of acknowledged that the ref rung it too soon, which was here nor there because nobody really cared. And then, so the Usos are walking out, and they leave, and then all of a sudden, the one thing everybody's been waiting for.
How you doing?
Enzo and Cass, and boy, did they not disappoint.
Smack Talker Skywalker is in the house.
I got a saber. What did he say? I got a saber for a hater.
What?
He's like a Skywalker. He's like, I got a saber for a lightsaber. He goes, I got. That's what he said. He goes, I got a saber for a hater, and he goes, And here we go. What do you know? We got some haters. And I was like, oh my gosh. And Enzo, mic work. Oh my gosh. I mean, I first time I seen them was on
It's got the gifted gab and the gifted jab.
What was it? The not pay-per-view Roadblock.
Roadblock.
That was the first time I've seen them wrestle, and I was like, holy cow, these guys are good. So they came out and just tore it up. I mean, they're getting on par of The Rock kind of rhyming and coming up with these little things. I mean, saying Devon, you know,
he might have been better.
Saying,
he might have been better.
I mean, he's just starting out too. I mean, and telling Devon he's gonna put his lazy eye to work. I was like, what? And then like his hair.
I got the gift gab and the gifted jab, and I'm gonna put that lazy eye back to work.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, I was doing that the whole time.
And there was said something about he's going back like his hairline. And I was like, what? And so this whole thing, they didn't wrestle at all, but it whole setup. A good feud. I'm all for this feud. Tomorrow, this better be a feud. This better be them jabbing their jaws, flapping their. Because Bubba can cut a mic promo too.
Ooh, you know what I'm excited
for? So if those two are going at it, oh my gosh.
You know what I'm pumped for? New Day versus Enzo and Cass.
That ain't happening. They're going after Dudleys right now.
No. When that happens, I'm pumped for that to happen. I just want to see them go at it on the mic.
Yeah, well, Bubba is good on the mic. Believe me, you don't. He can tear up the mic. Believe me. If they let him, he can tear it up.
And then
So that was the
big Cass was like, Dudleys, there was only one word to describe you, and we're gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T. It was awesome, and I loved it. By the way,
it's not swaft. It's soft. It's just saw foot. Soft. So it must be a Jersey or a New York thing or soft.
You know, Big Cass can he can hold his own on the mic.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like he's not on par with Enzo. But he can hold his own.
Yeah, those and the themes.
Fine.
People are like that Carmelo chick or whatever her name is. She wasn't with them, and the people were like, kind of like, I wonder if she's coming with because I guess they're like stable with three of.
She's a thick one.
But I'm just happy with those two. I mean, I'm impressed.
I love their theme song.
Win. Yeah, theme song's great.
I love it because it's like it's quiet, so they don't have to cut the music when they start talking. So
and it
it's
goes,
still in the background.
It's got that.
It's got like that Spanish guitar.
Yeah, and it's got like a nice little beat going on in the background.
And they can keep talking, and it's still playing, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy.
Yeah, it's good times.
How is Enzo and Cass not on Featured Superstars? And then, the main event happens. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens versus not Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn got jumped.
By Kevin Owens.
By Kevin Owens backstage. And there's a big debate whether he actually got hurt or not during that segment.
He's fine.
We'll see tomorrow, but people were saying...
He was on SmackDown.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah.
So they were saying they weren't sure that it was supposed to be they call it kayfabe or
yeah.
It was supposed to be kayfabe. Then he actually got hurt, but no. So he's back.
He's good. He's all good.
So he got hurt. He got through a table. So they had to replace him with Cesaro, which I thought was a good choice.
He's the king of swing is back. And
so who won that?
He came out in like a tearaway suit, and he was like, and it was all pumped up. It was ready, and it was awesome.
Oh,
Cesaro's back, and I'm very happy. It was awesome. Yeah.
So AJ won this.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
So yeah, that's
It's number one contendership.
how's that a surprise?
Because it is. um, it just is. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm cool with that.
So
So there's gonna be a feud between Roman Reigns and AJ.
AJ Styles, Christian. Okay, so
What's it gonna do with Chris Jericho?
this was like I have no idea what the only person that doesn't really win in this situation is Cesaro, because I have no idea what they're going to do with him.
I think he can do something with him. He's
gonna do something, but this doesn't like benefit in any way for him. Besides, hey, he's back.
right. Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure they're gonna. He could
And
go
he had
after.
an awesome match. He did awesome. It's great.
Who's got the inter? They really needed something with that United States Championship belt. They got to have a feud for him.
That's sad. It wasn't even on the show. But it was a great match. Cesaro got his good uppercuts in, his swing, and then
He did the elbow in the corner.
elbow.
He was like,
It's the uppercuts. It's the uppercuts.
oh yeah, uppercuts. Well,
European
whatever.
uppercuts.
Whatever. He was hitting them.
That's like his signature move. Uppercuts.
His
anywhere.
thingy. He was smashing them in the corner.
This was like the perfect. So Owens. It was weird because the only people I didn't want to win was the heels, because like Chris Jericho, no.
No.
Which was weird because I actually kind of thought he was gonna win at one point, and it was, yeah, well, good match, guys. So Chris Jericho, he can go to something or just like not do something. I don't really care. If he starts a feud with someone, cool. If not,
Yeah,
I'm honestly not gonna
take
miss
her or
you.
leave him.
And Kevin Owens, no, you are not starting a feud with Roman. That is, you have a thing with Sammy right now.
Yeah, I think that they just kind of proved that those two are just distracted with beating each other up, which I'm liking. Just have them two go at it.
Cesaro, he's back.
Somebody said they need to make some video vignettes of why they hate each other, and they have the footage from NXT. So they need to just bring that in.
Just to be like, oh, hey, you guys.
This is some
you guys,
background.
This is why they don't like each other.
You said you hated my mother and you didn't eat her donuts or something.
It was.
You hated her donuts
that I've explained
and
many times.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is. No, you know it, but I don't want to watch NXT, so nobody knows what's going on. So I think that needs to be explained.
Kevin Owens.
No, they have to explain it, not you. They have to explain why those two hate each other. All they said, they used to be best friends, and now they're not. That's all they said. And then I was like, okay.
They'd explain it. The announcers did.
No, but they got to do vignettes. They have to do.
Okay.
They have to tell a story.
And then
They know how to tell a story. They need to do it. Do their job.
And then
Tell the story.
AJ Styles, he won with the Styles Clash, which is awesome. Yeah, AJ Styles won. So, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm hyped because I have a weird feeling, a very strange feeling, that AJ Styles might just win this belt.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good match. And you know what? It's kind of hard. Yeah. It's going to be a good match. Either way, it's going to be a good match. But honestly, I don't care if it's going to be a good match, because it's always going to be a good match with AJ Styles. It's really about the outcome with this one, and I hope AJ Styles wins, because Roman, yeah, I'm cool with him, but let's just be honest for a second. AJ Styles. I mean, AJ Styles.
He ain't gonna win the belt. There's no way they're gonna give him the belt.
Okay.
No, I don't think they're gonna give him the belt at all.
They're going to give him the belt.
No, they're not.
How are they not going to give him the belt?
It's gonna be easy. They're just not gonna do it because they just gave it to Roman, and Roman just won it back, and they want to push Roman, so they're not gonna. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna
happen though.
No,
That's the thing you don't
I
understand.
highly doubt.
But
That's what's gonna
what
happen.
you don't. I have faith in WWE for once.
I don't.
And I'm just like, you know what? You gave him the no. If it would be really, really dumb of them to not give it to AJ Styles. It would be a dumb decision.
It would. That's why I think he's gonna win.
No one wants this.
That's why I think it. I don't.
Everyone's mad that Roman's the champ.
They took
and
away
everyone
Zack's,
likes AJ Styles.
So that means they're not gonna do it. I'm just saying.
Why not, guy?
I don't know. But that's what it is. That's it. I think that's all we got.
I want that game.
Okay. Think we're done. That was Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about it more tomorrow. So
that's when Raw is.
You guys got comments, feedback you want to leave us? Go ahead and do it in the comments on our YouTube channel. We'll have these all up there. We'll read them, and I appreciate everybody watching. Again, I am AI.
I am Mr. SeaWorld.
And we will see you next time.
Ding.